Well, I finally did it. Oh, wait. Hey guys, if you're new here, I'm Jasmine Hill, and I've been documenting my life's journey and its lessons to uplift and entertain others. If you like to watch life events and its lessons in the form of story, like and subscribe. Okay, now back to my story. For the first time in my life, I managed to get my own place. And for the first time in 6 months, I could actually go use the restroom without having to wear shower shoes. And since Bella was mine now, it was actually our place. And in our place, I had love. I was falling in it. I could say for the first time in my life, I was falling in love. And it felt good. I was starting to settle in, and I had appreciated all the things everyone had did to help me get to this point. But there were some things I had to get used to, like being by myself. Ralph didn't live far, but he worked a lot. I had never lived alone, not on my own. Before shelter life, it was my car. Before my car, it was my auntie's futon. This may not seem like a big deal, but for me it was. That shelter was like a boys and girls club for adults.
Some candles and some drinks and some movies and some games and some...
I'm Aaron, a Jehovah's Witness, and I want to talk to you about the benefits of the Lord.
And if it was a club, I was there every night for happy hour. I couldn't stop thinking about the good times, and I had got used to community living. But what comes with living alone, another thing I had to get used to, was quiet. This apartment complex, this whole street, it was so quiet, it made me nervous. This was a big change coming from Inglewood, but that's okay. I had my protection dog with me. Well, sort of. And I was thankful for this new chapter. It was a blessing, it truly was. But what I didn't know, it was also the start of something. Remember in part 2 of my shelter life, I said everybody at that shelter got sick, including me. Little did I know that was the beginning of the you-know-what virus.
Can get back there.
And this was also around the time
News,
I moved out.
That is the order tonight from 4 state governors as the coronavirus pandemic spreads. New York, California, Illinois, and Connecticut all ordering non-essential employees to stay home. Those orders cover...
With living on my own and the order to stay at home, I had minimal social contact. If I felt alone before, I really felt alone now. And for a slight moment, I was even falling into a depression. But I had my Bella Boo, and I tried to make the most of it.
Ow!
I was telling her to speak, and I think she was telling me I speak too much. But we made up for the most part. But unfortunately, that stay-at-home order was getting to the both of us. Most days, I did this. And a lot of days, Bella did this. Bella had to adjust to her new social life, or lack of. I know she's just a German Shepherd, but I could tell she was reminiscing about that shelter life. But there was always something, or should I say someone, that would make her feel better. I know, because he made me feel better too.
Go get him, Bella.
A year prior from this, I would have never thunk it. I had finally met someone special to me, and to whom I was special too. And he made me feel that way every day. I was falling into a depression from the stay-at-home order, but this helped me come out of it, falling in love. Love helped me get settled in just fine. As time went on, I started to settle in more and more. Raphael had a birthday, then Bella had a birthday, then I had a birthday. Ralph made me my favorite cake. I didn't know I had a favorite cake. I started to feel happy and comfortable in this cozy apartment. But then one day, I got a knock on the door. It was my mama, and brought half of the family over whom live out of state. And she let it be known that it was absolutely ridiculous for everybody to have to sit on the floor. So my little cozy love nest that I had just got comfortable in was due for an upgrade. All I needed to do was get rid of some stuff, move some stuff, rearrange some stuff. I let my downstairs neighbor talk me into taking all his wife's old clothes, shoes, and purses. Now I got a room full of stuff. I just didn't know how to say no. But once I donated that stuff to the Goodwill, I knew exactly what I needed to do, and I knew who would do it for me. See, I had the perfect idea. I was going to clean out this whole apartment, and Raphael was going to build me a couch. I knew the living room would be a mess for a while, so I cleaned out that bedroom. And I also cleaned out the living room too, to give Raphael a fresh start. And I was excited about this project, but he was even more so. He would get up early in the morning looking for those wood pallets. Some he bought, and some he just took from the Walmart parking lot. The Walmart employees were on to us, so he found more wood pallets at an underground garage, but then later realized he really didn't need that many. At this point, it was like day 2 or 3, but I was beginning to get impatient. I mean, I had been sitting on the floor for months with no problem, but now all of a sudden, I just didn't want to anymore. Well, it seemed like a good idea, but it was just taking way too much time. And because I'm a woman, you know what I did? I changed my mind and opted to go to IKEA and just pick up a couch from there. It's just gonna do me proud. It's gonna do me proud. So, but, hey. I didn't realize how much this project meant to Ralph. Once I told him I just wanted to go to IKEA and pick out a couch, he said okay, but I could tell he was bothered. You mad?
About what? What are you mad about?
Oh, you gotta check your hair first.
It may not be that big of a deal, but looking back at these videos, I realize now I should have let him build me that couch. I talked him into going to IKEA with me, and he even offered to pay for the couch. But I think he was still a little mad, because we walked into IKEA, and I was enjoying looking at all these showrooms. 15 minutes had not even passed. Ralph said he had a headache and was hungry and was ready to go.
What's wrong? How much was the couch?
It was on sale for $3.19. You didn't like it no way, so.
What's wrong? You said
Yes, I'm sad. You played me.
I think he reverse Uno'd me.
maybe more. You can give me more details of the couch tomorrow.
Long story short, I ended up picking out a couch. Not at IKEA, but at a furniture store in Inglewood. And Raphael kept his end of the bargain. He did help pay for it. My apartment that always looked like this eventually turned into this. So when people came over, they no longer had to sit on the floor like this. Or like this. My place was officially cozy. And it felt like home. Ralph just couldn't get past building me something. So he did this. He built me a desk so I could have a place to work at. We even took flowers that my mom had bought me and layered them into the desk. I know.
You want to put a little yellow in that?
That's your side.
Put a little yellow.
Now that the issue was finally resolved of him building me something, he reminded me of something he shared with me. See, back at the shelter, he told me 2 very specific goals he had, and he was not going to be a man satisfied until he accomplished those goals. What I didn't realize was those goals were going to affect me too. But I knew I loved him, so I was down to go along with the ride, physically, mentally, and emotionally. Goal number 1, consisted of a certain type of training for the job that he wanted. This training was for 2 months, and it was in Colorado. He invited me, and I said yes. And this is where the journey began.